cooperation with local law enforcement, and will be deferring all questions to them for the integrity of the investigation.
Commander, can you tell us what happened?
So, as has already been mentioned, very early in the investigation, as Jan shared, that we responded here, officers were here within minutes of the initial 911 calls, and entered the building.
Can you tell us how many others?
Possible motive for this? Very early in the investigation, we don't have any details that I can share at this point. There will be additional information released as it's gathered and it's appropriate to release. That will come from the Boulder Police Department.
How many other people have died?
Any other
fatalities or injuries?
The number of deaths.
Just before 3 o'clock.
Can you tell us how many people have died?
We're very early in the investigation. We're still processing the scene.
Do you know if the shooter said anything as the shooter entered the building?
That will be part of the investigation.
What happened on 17th Street?
That was unrelated, we believe, to this incident.
Is there
Will there
only
be-
one shooter?
We're still investigating.
Were there injuries in addition to those who were killed?
Were there injuries in addition to
So at this point, the only injured party we are aware of significant injury was the suspect. We know of no other serious injuries at this point.
Can you
Other
tell us?
fatalities?
Can you tell us?
No.
Can you tell us
Do you know if
both?
there was any relationship between the gunman and the people that were shot?
That will be part of the investigation.
When you
How
say
many
multiple
people were in the
fatalities,
store?
can you tell us how many?
No, we don't know. They're still processing this.
Do you know how many people were in the store at the time?
Don't.
How many at the hospital?
Don't know how many are at the hospital currently. I know for sure there is one.
Commander, was there video of the video cameras that might have taped what happened?
That's all going to be part of the investigation.
Does this man have any connection at all to King Soopers or any of the workers?
I'm not aware of that. I don't know. That's part of the investigation. This is your first call of a man, an active shooter in the parking lot. So I haven't had a chance to review any of those calls, and so I can't tell you what order things were in.
Tell us something about the weapons.
I'm sorry, I got 2 questions.
Military style, was he wearing military style gear during this?
No, don't know. That'll be part of the investigation.
What about the weapon?
Don't have information on that. As I said, our crime scene folks have just very recently entered the crime scene to start talking.
Is the shirtless guy the person of interest, the shirtless man who was seen taken out in handcuffs and put in an ambulance?
Since I would be speculating of who you're talking about, I can't.
Commander, not to be critical, but it's been more than 3 hours since you got the call. You can't tell us how many people are dead?
I don't have that information.
Is anybody?
That'll be part of the investigation.
Is the suspect at Boulder Community?
So if I could just interject one moment, there's a lot of investigation already underway. A lot of things are being realized as the crime scene is being processed, including the number of victims, which is known to police investigators, but I want to stress that victims' family members are still being notified. So we're being really sensitive to the victims' families, so I appreciate Commander Yamaguchi not giving out more information at this point. But even for the facts of which we're certain, those conversations are going to happen with the families first, because those conversations are now taking place.
Still can't I?
If we know there are some.
We're going to be talking to the families first,
How
and
many
then
of
giving
them
out more
occurred?
information. Let's see the connection between. Okay. The Boulder Police Department's going to be giving out that information. I recognize the need to get the information out as soon as possible. I do. But I also recognize that we have one suspect in custody. We're going to ensure that justice is done. And to do that, we're going to make sure we have the facts certain and understood before we start sharing them with the media and the public. That's
What's
going
the
to happen.
suspect's name?
That's going to happen in the next couple hours.
Can you tell us if he shared a motive with you? You don't have to share the motive, but is he presented why he did what he did?
I do not have any information on the motive at this point.
Can you
Really
release,
early in the
can
investigation.
you release
Thank
his identification, his
I
name?
cannot do that at this point, but I can promise you the Boulder Police Department is going to be releasing more information in the next 2 hours.
How are families who might have been impacted by this maybe looking for loved ones being notified
that the family members are okay.
So the CU Police Department is helping with family members that may have questions about loved ones, and Chief Soopers will be able to provide more information for family members to contact the CU Police Department for information.
Who's the majority?
So there is a suspect in custody. There is no scheduled court appearances.
Have there been any charges that have been filed? Will any charges be filed?
Well, the suspect is being treated medically at the hospital right now. I can promise you that we're going to ensure the right thing happens in this case.
We only have one from Boulder area.
That's all I have at this point, but I appreciate you being here, and we'll be giving out more information. The Boulder Police Department will be in charge of giving out more information. I'm going to ask the Chief Soopers, if you will, just to let family members know where they could go for or call in for notifications.
If people were in the parking lot and saw something, they called to give that statement.
Thank you for that question. If there are witnesses out there who have information, and there were many witnesses to this who are cooperating with the investigation already, but if there are additional witnesses, they should contact the Boulder Police Department. Let me turn it over to Chief Joe first.
So if there was witnesses that saw this event, they can contact 303-441-3333. That's the main number to the Boulder Police Department.
Is there one more?
Yeah, no problem. 303-441-3333. And that's the main number to the Boulder Police Department. If there's family or loved ones that have questions as well, they can contact that main number, and they'll be sent an address in regards to additional information there.
Chief,
Thank
you
you.
talked to us about
Condolences.
encouraging your officer. We're told he or she went back in, saved lives by what they did.
And that's all the questions we can take right now. I know we wanted more information, but we don't have any more information we can share at this time. We will continue to post all information that we can on our Twitter, and we will announce the next press conference as soon as.
Will there be a procession? Will there be a procession?
You don't know how
We're hoping
many
to have
deaths
more
there are.
information to release later this evening, yes.
Will there be a procession for the fallen officer?
I will find out and we will let you know.
Ma'am, I love this.
This area, we will continue to ask everybody to move with here, and this is gonna be blocked off for quite some time, so.
Ma'am, some news media has already reported there were 6